Something about me, I love weird fiction. Here are 6 really weird books that I really loved, and bonus, they're all under 300 pages. Okay, if you claim to like weird fiction and you haven't read Mrs. Caliban yet by Rachel Ingalls, pause. It was written in the 1980s. It follows a California housewife who's pretty upset and unhappy with her life, and what happens when a 6'7" green monster escapes a lab facility nearby her house, shows up at her doorstep, and the love affair that they start together. Just trust me on this one, please. I just finished Boy Oh Boy by Zachary Doss, which is a book that is entirely set in the second person. It's a series of vignette-style short stories following you and your boyfriend. Who is your boyfriend? In each story, the answer is different. Sometimes you are both in space, sometimes your boyfriend is a robot, sometimes you and your boyfriend frequent funerals. A rare book that made me actually laugh out loud. An oral history that is set in a near-future America that is plagued by economic collapse and climate catastrophe. This is a fictitious oral history that follows a group of people who are connected to a commune that sprouts up in New York City in the 2050s, in the years after this economic collapse. Each interview is different. Some of them recount the history of how America collapsed. Some of them talk about the cult that rose up on Long Island in the wake of this collapse. Some of them talk about communism, about organizing. This is also co-authored by a Palestinian American, so a small portion in the middle follows a bunch of Palestinian Americans who go back to Palestine to reclaim land. I'm a little in awe of the authors who put this together. We Spread by Ian Reid is set at a long-term care facility. It follows a woman who recently lost her partner and is now basically sent to this long-term care facility to live out her days, and sort of the weird small community she finds living there. And then what happens when she starts to lose her grip on reality and time. This has so much commentary on the experience of getting older. I absolutely love this book. In Terrace Story by Hilary Lecter, a couple moves into a small apartment in New York City only to discover that one of their closets sometimes magically turns into this beautiful large terrace. This is told from a couple different points of view, and as you get further into the story, you start to piece together what's really happening with this terrace. One of those books that had me audibly go, what? It's a really cool blend of literary magical realism. My favorite short story collection of all of last year, Lesser Known Monsters of the 21st Century by Kim Fu. I know that if you read weird books, you've probably already read a weird short story collection. You have to check this one out. I'm not trying to bully you, but I will. I've probably read somewhere around 30 weird short story collections. This is top tier. Okay, have you read any of these? Let me know what your favorite weird book is in the comments.